The ability to become invisible is one of the most interesting abilities that many dream of, even growing up. In today's video, you will see the top 10 invisible characters from cartoons and movies. And we will start with those who do not have such an ability themselves, but they used this opportunity. Open the top: Harry Potter, who received the invisibility cloak for Christmas during his first year at Hogwarts, and often used it. This particular mantle is made of very light fabric. It cannot be torn or caught by spells, and its main advantage is that the properties of the mantle do not disappear under any circumstances. In ninth place is the Hobbit Bilbo Baggins from The Lord of the Rings, who found the Ruling Ring in a cave lost by Gollum, and soon learned its ability to make the wearer invisible. This allowed him to safely leave the dungeon and helped in further travel. However, Bilbo did not guess the true nature of his find, and used it only as a cap invisible. In 8th place, the legendary hunter of the universe is Predator, who also doesn't have the ability to become invisible himself. However, he has a cloaking device, also known as the invisibility system, which is an advanced Predator technology and allows him to be invisible and easily kill the victim. The effect is not perfect, often leaving a visible silhouette, but in certain conditions, it can effectively help the Predator in disguise. Well, now we turn to the characters who themselves can become invisible. In 7th place is a character from Mortal Kombat, Smoke, who was transformed into a killer cyborg, just like Sector and Cyrex. One of Smoke's abilities is invisibility. He disappears in a cloud of smoke, becoming partially invisible. After disappearing, only the outlines of his figure remain visible from him. In 6th place is a teenage girl, Violetta Parr, from the cartoon The Incredibles. She can become completely or partially invisible at will. Violetta does this by turning herself into ultraviolet light, which is invisible to the human eye. The exact nature of this superpower is not explained, nor are its limits. She is also able to mentally generate violet-colored force fields. In 5th place, Spider-Man Miles Morales, who, like Peter Parker, was bitten by a genetically modified spider. But in addition to the usual superhero abilities, Miles can let an electronic pulse into the enemy, which paralyzes a person and disables electronics. And most importantly, he is able to become invisible at will, and his invisibility extends to third-party items. In 4th place is a ghost, which in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is Ava Starr. After the accident in the laboratory, Ava gained the ability to be not only intangible, but also invisible. The ghost can pass through objects and through living beings at her discretion. The use of her powers is accompanied by shimmering, prismatic images of her body as the quantum moves into space. With the help of her costume, she can control her impalpability and invisibility. Another character from Mortal Kombat, Reptile, opens the top 3. The most interesting version of this killer was in the last Mortal Kombat 2021 movie. Here he's an athletically built humanoid lizard with green scales, as well as with spiked arms and hat. He also has very sharp claws and a long tail. His main features are the ability to speed acid and becomes completely invisible at will. In second place is the Invisible Woman from the Fantastic Four. Susan Storm was a brilliant scientist who, along with the entire team on the expedition, was exposed to a space storm. After that, she discovers the ability to manipulate light waves that allow her to make herself invisible. Sue also has the ability to project force fields from invisible psionic energy, which uses for both offensive and defensive purposes. Well, in the first place, of course, the Invisible Man. The most interesting version of him was in the film Hollow Man of 2000 by Paul Verhoeven. After many years of experiments, scientist Sebastian Kane and his team managed to develop a formula for invisibility. He decides to test the serum on himself and really disappears, but the reverse experiment ends in failure, and Sebastian remains in a state of invisibility.